Welcome everybody to our Monday morning Rhino Run call. So excited to be here with you guys this morning. I am Kelsey Giggy, gonna go ahead and get us started today with a couple of announcements. So there are a lot of things going on right now. If you have not been checking your pulse, I recommend that you do check your pulse. But just in case, I'm gonna go over some things right now. First thing being, we have some amazing opportunities to be inviting customers, future promoters, all sorts of different people to calls that have been happening. And if you guys have been getting on them, you know they've been absolutely incredible. I've been hearing amazing feedback, really awesome content being covered by the people who have been sharing on the calls. And so I wanted to really quick go over the call schedule closing out the rest of this month, so that if you're not already utilizing this tool, then you can begin utilizing this tool to help carry you through the end of the month. However, everything has been going through the pulse as well. So if you've missed something, I've seen recordings been popping through there as well. So you can always go ahead and listen back or send recordings to people you think would really benefit from them. So it will be tonight, will be another one at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, all these calls are all the same calls, just different presenters. So tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday at 9:15 p.m., Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursday there's actually going to be two calls. So there'll be one at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and then one at 9 p.m. Okay. So, and I think Alexis is going to go ahead and pop those in the chat in case you missed it. But with that being said, in addition to that, there's a really cool 5 and 10 day experience blitz going on in the Pruvit promoter page. You guys, it is so fun. I've been scrolling through there and looking at all of you guys. I've actually seen some people who have been winning the prizes from our organization, which I think is really awesome. So make sure every time you're getting out a 5 or 10 day experience through the end of the month, you're posting a picture in that thread. So go ahead and mute that. Yes. And there's some clarification videos in there. So go ahead and watch those videos if you haven't seen the videos. This is all happening in the Pruvit promoter page. The next thing, which I am super excited about, I actually have it right here for you guys. If you have not already seen, we have the new Blue Ocean. Look at this packaging, you guys. Is this not the most adorable packaging you've ever seen? Blue Ocean was already my favorite, but I'm even more pumped about this. So this is up in your cloud, and for some reason it's showing as limited time only. So go ahead and make sure you stock up on this for your trials, but also let your diehard Blue Ocean customers know. You can search for them in your cloud account. If you already know who they are, shoot them a message. However you need to get the information out that is back. And then we also have a really awesome promotion going on right now for new promoters. So again, going back to those calls that we have going on, great opportunity to plug some people in for third-party validation about the promoter opportunity. I've heard some really cool success stories about people inviting customers to learn about the customer referral program on those calls, and they're walking away from the calls interested in the promoting opportunity. That was not their intention in inviting people to the call, but they're walking away interested. And so then we have that NAT experience pack. Hopefully we've all seen that by now. That was really exciting when that popped up. So we have that NAT experience pack that's on sale only for new promoters. So you won't see it if you go in your cloud, but you will see it out on the one that you would send to potential promoters. That's on sale for $10.14 until midnight tonight, okay? So make sure we're taking advantage of that. That is it for my announcements right here at the beginning. I'll close out with a couple more things, but before we dive into the content today, I really wanted to just take a second and make sure that we are all in the same place of gratitude. We all know how important that is, but with Blue Ocean and with this NAT pack and with this amazing forward thinking with these calls that corporate has coming out for us, I've just felt this extreme sense of gratitude for Pruvit, for our company, for our leaders, for everybody on this call, just that we have such amazing tools and resources, and we have these incredible sales to leverage for our business, and the reboot's going to be coming soon, and just all of it and everything. So today, for our gratitude and recognition, I want to encourage you to think outside the box a little bit. And yes, absolutely, let's recognize people in our businesses who are absolutely crushing it, but let's recognize people that we're grateful for and things that we're grateful for. We can kind of tie it all in together this morning, and I'll go ahead and read some of those off. So yeah, Alexis is saying they're doing everything they can to support us. I'm grateful for my supportive boyfriend, Billy Walker, Sarah Levy, and Robin Young. Let me get this out of the way. Mick, shout out to Mick and Momo for my coffee. Amen to that, having my coffee as well. Nate and Anna Justice, Billy Walker. I'm grateful for Josh coming to Epic. If his leave gets approved, wow, that's massive. Kat for charging hard for MVP. That's right. My loving and supportive wife. A fun weekend with my entire family of 17. Wow, that's awesome. I'm grateful for Abby. I'm grateful for my amazing team and awesome family. My husband, grateful for his job that he got a raise. Yay. Hot yoga. Grateful for amazing leadership from Amy and Sylvia. Shout out to our hardworking team. Yes, yes, yes. Early rising and ketones before 7 a.m. Getting after it. Patsy Young, Pug Snugs, Lori Murphy, Nick Corey, my hubby, holding down the fort and wrangling the twins. Yes, yes, yes. Love the calls. Tony Cohen, awesome, awesome. You guys, this is so awesome. Double Nat has me lit up. Okay, this is amazing, you guys. I can't even keep them coming, because these people are going to see you shouting them out in the chat. But I do want to make sure that we have enough time to cover everything we want to cover today, because we have an amazing guest today, Miss Sylvia, and she is going to be literally taking you guys to church this morning with some amazing, amazing stuff around mindset. And closing out the month, I think, is even more important. I mean, beginning and closing all around mindset is super important, but closing out the month, it's even more important that we are all in the right mindset together to close out this month and go into March strong. So with that being said, Sylvia, I will go ahead and find you really quick so we can get you unmuted, and then I will mute myself and you can go ahead and take it away. Lots of people on this call, so it's taking me a second to find you. All right, there we go.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's a great day to frickin' start changing our mindset, right? So first, I just want to ask everybody, do I have your permission to coach you? Throw a thumbs up, drop it in the comments. This is something that literally is kind of ingrained in me at this point. So I feel like I could teach mindset in my sleep because I've literally had to go through the trenches on this. And just like you guys have your daily DMO for your business, you need to have your daily DMO for your mindset. So I'm a firm believer that if you want to go far, you need to change your mindset. And, when Pruvit came into my life, it was literally two forces coming together. It was a convergence. I had been doing so much personal development on mindset, and then meet it with this opportunity, and it was absolutely explosive. And one of the things that my amazing friend, business partner, and mentor, Brian James, continued to just flourish within me was that mind control. So I have a couple quotes that I've saved that I'm gonna just throw in and out, weave in and out of this conversation. But mind control is the result of self-discipline and habit. You either control your mind or it controls you. There is no hallway compromise. So this is literally key. If you become a great master at controlling your mind, I'm telling you, anything is possible for you. So oftentimes what I see, and it's I can literally, when people, join my organization, or I'm coaching with somebody, or I'm talking with somebody, I immediately recognize when people have a bad mindset, or they have a paradigm that's holding them back, something that's deep within them that is preventing them, from the success. How many of you know somebody either yourself or on your team that you're like, they want it so bad. They want it so bad. And you see them and like, they're doing the posts, they're talking to the people. What's going wrong for them? It's their mindset. So I categorize people into 3 different areas. Number 1 is the type of people who they don't even know what thoughts they have. Okay. They're just oblivious to it. They are not in awareness. Their vibrational awareness has not yet come to the point where they understand that the thoughts you have aren't your own thoughts. You're just going to have a conglomeration of stuff thrown at you all day long, okay? Type 2 are aware that they have these thoughts, but they don't have the tools and they don't know what to do. Like, you know, somebody who's like, man, I feel really depressed, or I just feel anxious, or, you know, I feel like I'm having this or I'm having that. Those are people, you are aware of the thoughts that you're having, but you just don't yet know what to do with those thoughts. And then number 3 is people who are in the zone. They are in control of their thoughts, and there's not a single thing, person, event that can take them out of it, because they're literally like this, okay? And anything that comes at them that isn't in alignment with where they want to be, they have like tennis rackets as hands. And it's like bam, 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 bam. And they're not willing to sacrifice anybody coming to them, any event, to shift or change their mindset. And this is where, you know, this is where consistency and habit takes place. But I want you all to see yourself as that person. I want you all to begin to understand that you too can be in the zone, that you too can have the ability to stop allowing everything in life, the kids, the husband, this event, the bank account, you know, the best friend, the uncle, all of these things to take you away from what you really truly want in life. So 6.5 years ago was when I got introduced to this environment of network marketing. And I was the most negative person. You would not even recognize me today, okay? I was extremely negative, not only to myself, but about other people. So when I saw other people having success, I was literally like, oh, they just got lucky, or, oh my God, look at her. She's so stuck up. She's this, she's that. She had this, she had that. Because I felt so bad about myself, okay, because of my circumstances as a child growing up, extreme abuse. So my point with that is that you can literally change your life from anywhere. It doesn't matter what happened to you as a child. It doesn't matter what happened to you as a teenager or as an adult. It doesn't matter if you were in the most horrific situation ever. PTSD, you can change all of that by beginning to become aware of your thoughts. This is the number 1 key. It is referenced not only in self-development and personal development, but it's also referenced in the Bible. Take captive of every thought, seize it and submit it. So here's the thing. Whether you're Christian, whether you're not, it doesn't matter. This is a foundational principle to having success. You have got to start taking captive of what your thoughts are. And how do you do that? Awareness, okay? Start to get in the zone of like, as you're throughout your day, as you're going throughout your day, what are you thinking? What's coming into your mind? Are you even aware? How many of you are actually not aware? How many of you that I'm saying this are literally like, oh, I don't know? Like, because I can tell you that every thought that I have, because I've become so trained at it now, is like, is this good or is this bad? If it's bad, I immediately reject it. I immediately speak out the opposite of it. But there was a time when I didn't even know. And I just had all of these thoughts, and I was really, really suffering a lot from, you know, anxiety and panic. And at that point in my life, there was no way I was ready for any sort of business or success, because I was just a hot mess express. Like, what I needed to do was a whole lot of inner healing and self-development. Another good example of this is oftentimes you will see somebody who has had like success really fast, And I see this quite a bit in, because I have, a lot of women that I work with, is that they'll have a lot of success. And then next thing you know, it'll scare the crap out of them. And next thing you know, they're disengaging and they're taking a break because their kid's sick, or, oh, they're doing this because of that, or, oh, they're going on vacation, so they're stopping to work their business. What really that is the underlying mindset that's scared crapless, because now they have reached a goal for the first time in their life that they never thought that they could reach. And it scares them completely out of the game because they weren't mentally prepared for it. So it is crucial that your DMO every single day puts you in a place that you are growing your mind. Let me pull up one other little quote here. Okay, so the starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in your mind. Weak desire brings weak results, just as a small fire makes a small amount of heat. This is from one of the books that I highly recommend, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's old, but you know what? It's gold. I mean, it has gold in it. So I'm going to ask you guys all to commit, like, is today your day? Is today that you're willing to put aside everything and to really commit to pouring into your mindset, to really commit to change? You don't have to have $1,000 to go to an event. You don't have to have, anything. You don't have to have support. You don't have to have people holding your hand and cheering you on. You don't have to have a mentor. You don't have to have anything. You have to have the desire to change your life. So what is it that is driving you to want this business to work? We talk about whys all the time, right? We're like, if your why isn't big enough, then like you need to go find a new why. But really at the heart of it, what is your why for wanting to change your life? What is your why for wanting to shift your mindset? Like, do you come from a family, a long line of Debbie Downers? Do you come from a long line of angry people? Like, do you recognize and see, like, we have this, for a long time, it was a joke in my family. My maiden name is Ferguson, and it's like all the Fergusons are exactly the same. All the Fergusons have short fuses. They have quick tempers. Literally, I could put you in like, my brother and I didn't see each other for 21 years, and we are identical, okay? Where does that come from? It comes from a long line of people who have behaved that way, a long line of people who have passed down these characteristics over and over and over. So far beyond your own business is your own children. It's your own future. It's your own generation. So that alone should be why enough why you want to change, right? So how do you speak to your kids? Is it always, no, we ain't got money for that. No, we can't afford that. That's what you're telling your kids. You're putting that into them. So when they get older, their answer is going to be, no, I can't afford it. No, money doesn't grow on trees. No, blah, 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 right? So I want you to identify, do you come from a place that you're not proud of? Or maybe you do come from a place that, look, you had a great childhood, but there was some sort of experience in your life that caused you to believe something. A majority of the time, these things happen before you are 5 years old, okay? So all of you people who have young children, understand how crucially important this is. You are forming their unconscious mind right now with everything you say and everything you do. And when you really start to think about that, it's scary because you're like, oh, dang, like, what am I putting into my kid, right? But I've been a parent since I was 16 years old, and I had absolutely no clue about any of that. So I've had to do a lot of work, like backtracking and literally humbling myself to apologize to my older children and saying, I didn't know any better. I'm really sorry that I did these things, and now here's the truth. So what is your why? What is going to drive? And it can't just be like, I want to go COC. That's awesome. That is so fantastic. That's amazing. But it has to be beyond that. It has to be beyond you wanting to, pay for a car payment. Like, dig deep. If you allow yourself to go deep enough, you're going to find that there's something really driving you, that there's something that, whether it was an experience in life or, you know, whether it's just like, hey, you know what, I'm tired of freaking being poor. Like if you guys were on the call last night, you heard that girl from New York, I don't remember her name, talk. But literally she was like, her daughter grew up always being on, free lunch. Like her daughter was so freaking blown away to be going to a Pruvit event where other kids' parents traveled the world. Like that's a why. That's a big why, is like you want to change something so deeply rooted. And when you get that to the front, okay, I'm asking you guys to do this today. I'm asking you to commit to spending time in your thoughts, spending time and asking yourself, like, what is it inside of you? Okay. And then second is, what is the first thought that comes into your mind when you start talking about wanting to do this? When you start talking about becoming a different person, what is that first thought that comes into your mind? Because more than likely it's super, super negative. So more than likely it's going to be something like, you could never do that. Or, oh yeah, but so-and-so, or yeah, but, and if you take that thought and you start to dissect it a little bit further, you're going to come to what I call a paradigm. And a paradigm is something that is formed before you are 5 years old. It's in your unconscious mind, and we all operate out of paradigms. And these little suckers are powerful because after 10 years of development, I still have paradigms that I'm like, But the difference is that I'm aware. And so now when it comes up, I'm like, nope, you know, but it still tries to come up and rear its ugly little head. But now I'm aware of it more. And so more often I'm like, oh, hell no. And then I go to do the work. Okay. So figuring out what your biggest fear is in regards to that and break it down 3 to 5 levels. What that means is the first thing that comes to your mind isn't always the deepest root that needs to be pulled. Okay. That's just the surface of what's kind of like, you know, I want to lose 30 pounds. Yeah, but it's so hard to lose weight. Okay. Well, why? Why is it so hard to lose weight? Well, because blah, blah, blah. If you break those things down, then you begin to understand that the root of that is something much deeper. And that's where transformation can start to take place for you. So once you have that, you guys, here is what you're going to do with it. You're going to write those lies out, because that's what they are. They're beliefs and their mindsets and their paradigms that are complete and utter lies. And you're going to take the time to write them out and figure out what they are. So try to do this with, 2 to 3 things. And if you really work on it for like the month of March, and if you really do these steps, I guarantee you will have such a shift in your life and such a shift in your business. Oftentimes when people are like going to reach for a goal, or they're like, oh my gosh. So here's a really good example. Does anybody have somebody that they've ever coached or brought onto their team that they're like, okay, so look, here's our first step is to go pro, go MVP. And like, they're listening to what you're saying. And the next thing you know, they're like, it's too expensive. Nobody wants it. I can't find anybody. I'm making a post. Nobody's commenting. I don't know. So-and-so said they bought it on Amazon. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That is literally the person's own fear of being successful. It's not any of those things. They're just finding these excuses because that is the vibrational level that they're on. They're on a vibrational level of negativity, of like loss and not success. And so coaching that person, having that person get into personal development. If you've heard me, ever, I'm huge on this. It's like, to me, network marketing is 98% personal development. It's 98% mindset, because people get in and they get started, and then they so quickly find reasons why they can't, why it's not working, why so-and-so said something to them. Why is that? Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they are capable or worthy of having success in this arena. So mindset is really, truly key. Also, once you once you go to a place, like, so once you get to the place where you're like, you got those tennis rackets and you're in the zone, you can never go back. That's the most awesome thing. Once you do this work, you can never go back to that place of, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Oh my gosh, this is so, like, nobody wants this. You're literally going to be like, oh, hell no. And like, you get muscles, like you start getting really good because you're like, not today, Satan. Like, that's not going to happen. And so the more awareness that you have, the more that you practice this, the more you're literally going to be like, oh, wait, that's not a good thought. That thought isn't going to get me to go pro or go MVP. That thought's not going to get me to rank 5. That thought's not going to get me to rank 6. That thought's not going to get me to Keto Academy and more and Epic. How many people, when Brian came on here and said, I want you to get into the mindset, I want you to commit to going to Keto Academy and more, and be very honest, because there's no judgment. But how many of you were literally already immediately like, there's just no way. There's no way I can afford to do that. There's just no way. See how that works? The very second that you try to do something, right? All of a sudden, here comes that little voice in your back of your head telling you what you can and can't do. I'm going to finish up. Do I have your permission to go over just a little bit, everybody? Okay. So here is the number one way that I have literally changed my life from a really, really horrible, horrible, crappy place to where I am now, is taking captive of my thoughts. So today, start today, commit to yourself. I want you to literally say, today is my day. Today is my day. Write it in the comments. Today is my day. I'm changing my life. Okay. So from this point forward, every single time you get in the car, I want you to speak 10 I am statements. I am smart. I am successful. I am funny. I am an awesome business person. I am attracting people who love this conversation. I am happy. I am healed. Whatever you want to say, okay? If you've already done personal development, this is still powerful. I am statements are freaking powerful because everything that follows, you're declaring and putting into existence, okay? So if you're already on this call and you've already had success and you're like, I've already done a lot of personal development, awesome. Continue to use I am, because it's one of the most powerful things that you can put into your life. Number 2, every single day you have got to add this to your DMO. You have to. What are your thoughts? Check yourself. Get up in the morning, because too often we just get up in the morning, right? And we start this downward spiral. We're not even checking in with ourselves, like, where am I at? You know, we just jump out of bed because the alarm or kids or whatever it is, and we're immediately like, oh my God, today I have to do this, or oh my God, blah, 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 right? How often do we just go on autopilot? And the problem is that autopilot is your paradigm. That autopilot is that mindset that you have, that you developed before you were freaking 6 years old. So how crazy is that? Your autopilot is driving your success. So what is your autopilot? So figure it out. Okay, so the I am statements, 10 a day. You can just speak these out, you guys. It's so easy when you're washing the dishes, if you're taking a crap, like, I am. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Start speaking it into existence. And then number 3 is writing the opposite. When you become aware of what the thoughts you are having that are negative, you have to start putting more into your life that is positive, okay? So that magnet like theory, like attracts like, right? So if you have a bunch of negative thoughts, guess what you're going to get a bunch of? You're going to get a whole frickin' board plastered full of negativity. So like attracts like. So you want your goal every day that you have more positive thoughts than you do negative, and this is going to take consistency and work, okay? So you have to make sure that you're catching those thoughts in order so that you can replace them with positive ones. And if you guys will commit to doing this literally for the next 30 days, I swear to you, this will literally completely start to shift everything for you. So very last, I have, that's kind of your action for today. Like, I want you to get set in the zone of what it is that you really truly want in life, because this goes just far beyond like, working your business. Because if you have these negative mindsets, even if you have some success, you're going to pull yourself right back down. And nobody wants that. We want everybody to win. We want everybody to succeed. So two books I'm going to leave you with. The Power on audiobook. It's absolutely incredible. It's the first book that I literally ever listened to that really started to shift things for me. Number 2, Think and Grow Rich. Get it. Keep it. Read it over and over and over and over and over, because there's so much gold in there. And then make sure you're doing your 10 statements a day. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to pass it back to Kelsey.
Awesome, Sylvia. Okay, you guys. So I just have to take a second and appreciate Sylvia. She has not been feeling well, and she pulled herself together to come give you guys this content today. And what she gave you, if you don't really realize this to your core, is an actual gift. What she just told you, the process she took you through to recognize your thoughts, replace them with positive, do these I am statements, this entire call is a gift that if you open the gift and you take your time with it and you do all the things that she said, it will change your whole life, not just your business, your life. Okay, so please, please, please make sure that you listen back to this if you need to. And shout out Sylvia in the chat for giving you absolute fire. Sylvia, I don't know if you saw, but I heard preach and go girl like so many times in the comments when you were talking. So absolutely incredible. 3 takeaways: your 10 I am statements, thought checking, add it to your DMOs every single day, and then replace your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. It's not enough to just recognize the negative. We have to then replace it with the positive. Get the power and get Think and Grow Rich. The 2 calls tonight, you guys remember that we have going on. The one call, I think it was at 6 p.m. I said, and then State of Play is also tonight. So you guys, happy Monday. This was incredible. Thank you guys for being here. We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.